Regarding dosage, Dr. Bryan spoke to Michelle Plancart of the No Silver Bullet for PD YouTube channel and podcast, and this is what she had to say based on experience and recommendations. And this is also based on Dr. Constantini's work specifically.
Yes, we tend to say start low and build up. So in an injection, you might start on 250 milligram injections a week, or you could start on 100 milligram injections and just wait to see if you get worsening symptoms and then reduce it after a break if you have. The oral dosage varies hugely from person to person. Some people find their sweet spot, shall we call it, at 200 milligrams and others 4,000. So there's a huge range. So we generally suggest starting at about 500 milligrams. And you need to allow 4 to 6 weeks before you move on to the next level if nothing has happened positively at that level. Sublingual, I used to suggest having one tablet, 100 milligram tablet per day. However, I then told everybody how to take their sublingual tablets, and they're taking them much more efficiently and more is going through to the bloodstream. So people are finding now that half a tablet every other day is a better place to start. And the patches, the one man I know trying patches is using 4 patches, that's 75 milligram patches a week.
You may have already tried this and have wondered, what about people that don't respond to the therapy? This is what Dr. Bryan had to say about that.
In my book, I do touch on the issue of non-responders and go through some of the reasons why people perhaps haven't been successful yet. One thing I suggest is that they move through the dosage levels too quickly. They don't allow enough time for symptoms to be felt at each level before they move on to the rest. Or some people don't realize they're improving. I think some people start and expect that they'll wake up in the morning and suddenly be able to do things easier. And they're not looking for subtle improvements. Also, some people take the sublingual tablet. That's the tablet that goes under the tongue and it dissolves, and the thiamine then goes through the mucous membrane of the tongue into the bloodstream. But I have come across people who've popped the tablet in their mouth under the tongue. As soon as it dissolves, they swallow it, which means that the B1 is lost in the digestive system. And some people who note small improvements at one dose were increasing the dose in the hope of finding bigger improvements and then catapulting into too high a dose. Some people misinterpreted worsening symptoms and thought it meant that they had to increase rather than decrease, because the worsening symptoms was a sign of too high a dose. Gastrointestinal function is also important if you are taking oral tablets. And there is research which suggests that people with Parkinson don't have a very efficient digestive system. And another research suggested that the people over 60 didn't have an efficient system. So combine the two, and there could be a problem there. And finally, I'll mention that the nutritionist Elliot Overton suggested that taking high doses of B1 could produce deficiencies in other nutrients, and that thiamine could become intolerable or ineffective without supplementing with magnesium and B complex and possibly potassium.